Another big story today. City police say that it was a 12-year veteran of the force who fired his gun twice Wednesday, hitting a 13-year-old boy. The commissioner says the boy didn't obey commands to drop what looked like a real gun, but it turned out to be a BB gun. ABC 2 News' Katrina Bush is live at police headquarters with what we've learned in the last 24 hours. It's been a busy day for police. Katrina?
Yeah, that's right. Well, investigators haven't talked to that officer who fired those shots, but they have talked to his partner and an independent witness who says he was sitting right here on this street as all of this unfolded there right in front of him. Now, this investigation has just begun, but Commissioner Kevin Davis says when those officers were driving by on East Baltimore Street and they saw the 13-year-old with what they thought was a real gun, they did the right thing by stopping.
Detectives were back on Asquith Street Thursday morning, making sure there was no evidence left behind. Clues into what happened right here Wednesday afternoon. Commissioner Kevin Davis says 2 of his plainclothes intelligence detectives were heading back to their district station from headquarters.
And as they were driving down Baltimore Street, they saw a 13-year-old with a basketball in one hand and what looked like a firearm, a gun, in his other hand.
He says the two, a 12-year veteran officer and his partner, who has been on the force for 6 years, identified themselves as police, told the boy to stop and drop the gun, but that's when they say he took off running.
He stopped and turned toward our police officers. He still had the firearm in his hand, or what looked like a firearm in his hand, and one of our 2 police officers, the male police officer, the 12-year veteran, shot and wounded the 13-year-old.
Officer Thomas Smith shot twice, hitting the boy both times, once in the shoulder and once in the leg. The commissioner says those were non-life-threatening injuries. Bryant Robinson was at work in his barber shop when they heard the shots.
The crowd was moving down there. That's when we kind of stepped out the shop and went down around the corner, like where the corner was, and saw the little kid, you know, he was kind of laid out on the street.
Police say they don't know where the 13-year-old got this BB gun from, but say it was not a wise decision for him to be walking the streets with it.
Police officers don't have to wait until they're being shot at to engage in a deadly force scenario. The only time you really know if what looks like a gun is a gun, if it's being pointed at you, is the real thing or not, is after someone starts squeezing the trigger.
And Commissioner Davis says the teen did raise what he had in his hand, that replica gun, but he wasn't able to say yet in what direction he was pointing it. Now, the Special Investigations Response Team is investigating this, but the commissioner did also say that he believes the greater conversation right now is what was the teen doing with something like that in his hand at all. Reporting live in Southeast Baltimore, Katrina Bush, ABC 2 News.